November 1st, 2025, Championship Saturday for the NASCAR Xfinity Series at the Phoenix Raceway. While most eyes are on the championship four, the two-car Haas factory team has paired up the two drivers with the series' most notorious winless streaks. Driving the number 00 is Sheldon Creed, who enters his 136th race at the end of his 7th season with 15 career runner-up finishes. Alongside in the number 41, making his 400th start in his 13th season, is a 5-time runner-up, Ryan Sieg. Unlike Creed, Sieg isn't the Haas team's regular driver. He's filling in for Sam Mayer, who was suspended for an altercation at Martinsville the previous week. Interestingly, it was at this same Phoenix track in 2013 that Sieg made his series debut, and only because he also picked up a ride for a suspended driver in Jeremy Clements. That day, he finished 21st. Tonight, Sieg crashes with 50 laps to go and finishes 37th out of 38. This past Saturday in Atlanta, Creed finally broke through with his first career win. By then, Ryan Sieg had long since fallen out back on lap 5. He and younger brother Kyle Sieg were caught up in a mess not of their making, the first time in series history that siblings finished in the final two positions. And so, as of this writing, Sieg's search for victory continues. Ryan Sieg's story is inseparable from that of his family's team, RSS Racing, where his father Rod Sieg is the owner. Founded in Tucker, Georgia, and now based in Sugar Hill, their flagship number 39 arrived in NASCAR in the Craftsman Truck Series at the Milwaukee Mile on June 20th, 2009. The team bought chassis number 25 from Kevin Harvick, a year-old truck with just 4 races on it, and in only his second series start, Sieg finished on the lead lap in 13th. For the next 3 years, Ryan and his older brother Shane drove black trucks with yellow numbers and logos for S&W services, and with the help of a start and park program, which saw crew chief Mike Garvey drive a third entry, RSS Racing prepared to enter the series, where they've competed ever since. At Indianapolis on July 27, 2013, Ryan Sieg gave RSS Racing its first ever start in what is now the O'Reilly Auto Parts Series. In a qualifying session where 4 teams were sent home, Sieg in his pull-apart used auto parts Chevrolet qualified 25th and finished in 24th, 1 lap down to race winner Kyle Busch. For 2014, the plan had been to continue running full-time in the Truck Series, but after a 9th place finish in the season opener at Daytona, Sieg went full-time in what was then the Nationwide Series. It was the right decision. In July, when the circuit returned to Daytona, Sieg scored his first top 5 finish, coming home 3rd behind Casey Kane and Regan Smith.
Ryan Sieg in that 39 car up through the middle. Jeremy Clements into the picture. All going on behind Regan Smith. Can he hang on? Will the fuel last to the finish line? Here they come to the checkers. Casey Kane on the outside lane. What a job by young Ryan Sieg.
This also put Sieg into the dash for cash at Loudon and propelled him to a 16th place finish in the point standings.
He drives for RSS Racing out of Tucker. It's a team of just 5 people, but Sieg says he wouldn't have it any other way.
This is where I grew up, and this is where we've always had our race shop, and there's no point moving to North Carolina. We're doing just fine down here in Georgia, and we're running right there with them, so it shows you don't have to be in Charlotte to run with them guys.
Over the next few years, Sieg and the RSS team continued to punch above their weight, even with little to no sponsorship. In 2015, when Uncle Bob's self-storage backed the team, Sieg led 10 laps across 4 races. This time, he showed speed on the 1.5-mile tracks, taking 8th in Kansas. In 2016, Sieg failed to finish just twice all year, took another 3rd place finish in the summer race at Daytona, and made the playoffs for the first time, taking 9th in points. He followed this up the year after with his first bid at victory. At Iowa on June 24, 2017, Sieg finished runner-up for the first time, just over 1 second behind William Byron.
Sieg has been really good since the restart, and they're battling behind William Byron.
This team always seems to overachieve, less than 5 full-time employees. So true story, I come down pit road, 5 to go. I want to talk to the crew chief. They said, well, He's spotting. You can't get to him right now.
Yeah, it was crazy. It was it was surreal. It was crazy, you know what I mean? I just can't thank everybody enough. Bruce and Cowboy, they work hard, and the Ritchie Chevrolet car, they came on board, and it's amazing. It was crazy when I was driving around. I was like, I can't believe we're second, but it's really awesome. That was a lot of fun racing with Tyler there and trying to race for the win. Just can't thank everybody enough.
It was Sieg's only top 10 of the entire season, but also coincided with his first starts in the Cup Series, making 5 of the 6 he'd run in his career, driving for BK Racing. But that same summer brought tragedy. In August, the unexpected death of older brother Shane at age 34. A few days later, for throwback weekend at Darlington, Ryan would run Shane's late model paint scheme from 2003. Around this time, RSS Racing again fielded a pair of start and park entries, just as they had in the trucks. This time they hired such drivers as Josh Wise, Jordan Anderson, and most notably Jeff Green. It was in the Sieg team's cars that Green scored both his record-shattering 100th last-place finish in 2017 and the 116th and most recent of his career in 2019. Combined with new cars from Richard Childress Racing, this added funding allowed Sieg to improve even more. Though he scored just 2 top 10 finishes in 2018, his 6th place finish in Talladega still resulted in his second Dash for Cash appearance at Dover. Then in 2019, he finished 12th or better in 10 of the first 11 races of the season, including a 4th in Daytona, a 5th at Richmond, and a Stage 2 win in Texas.
In stage number 2 to Ryan Sieg, who sees the green and white checkered flag. Congratulations to him in that race team. So many good things happening for him in 2019.
The Larry's Hard Lemonade car was great all night, and leaned on a lot of experience. You know, we don't have all the resources and all the tools, and we leaned on Shane Wilson and Cowboy and myself to get a good car here and get it dialed in. And it is like a win for us. At a short track, top 5 is huge. We've only done that at a super speedway, and it's pretty exciting. It's like a win for us. We're getting better and better each week.
The interview is over.
This propelled Sieg to his 2nd playoff appearance and an 11th place rank in points. The 2019 streak attracted even more sponsorship, including companies like Night Owl Contractors that still back the team's 3-car operation today. Among these backers was CMR Construction and Roofing, which stepped up its sponsorship through the year. And in the first of a series of dazzling paint schemes by artist Ryan Daly, for the upcoming 2020 season, CMR became the team's first full-time backer in 5 years.
Try to get a win this year. I think we can do it this year, and that's our goal.
Sieg enjoyed another strong start with a 9th in Daytona, 3rd in Las Vegas, 4th at Fontana, and 11th at Phoenix. After the disruption of the pandemic outbreak, Sieg was now leading more races and for longer distances. He led 6 and 4 laps in the 2 Bristol races, then 27 and 7 in the Homestead doubleheader. At Kansas, he led 25 laps and finished 4th in the spring, then led another 19 in the fall and finished 3rd. At Darlington, where he finished 7th in the first race after the break, he returned in September to lead 9 laps and finish in 3rd. The next month at Talladega, he scored his 2nd career runner-up finish, this time following Justin Haley when a caution froze the field. All told, a career-high 7 top 5 finishes and 11 top 10s propelled Sieg to his 3rd playoff appearance, where he made it to the round of 8 before he was eliminated, finishing 10th in points. The 2021 season marked another significant turning point as RSS swapped manufacturers from Chevrolet to one of the few Ford teams in the O'Reilly Auto Parts series. Now, with the support of Roush Yates engines, Sieg reaffirmed his search for victory. But it also began a frustrating trend. If you're wondering why Sheldon Creed racked up 3 times as many second-place finishes as Sieg in half the time, it's in part because the closer Sieg came to victory, the more he seemed to wreck in the process. In the 21 opener at Daytona, he led 23 laps before a late race crash left him 31st. He then finished 5th at Talladega and 5th again at Kansas in the fall. In 2022, he retaliated against Ty Gibbs after the 2 tangled in Las Vegas. He led 10 laps at Loudon, only to be swept up in a crash that sent his car airborne past the halfway point. He still made the playoffs, taking 11th in points, and led another 11 laps at Talladega before he finished 4th.
Here comes Sieg.
On the outside of the 39.
Come on, buddy. Push it.
Through the triangle. Sam Mayer goes high to block. Now low again. Here comes that big run. The 16 goes outside. A photo finish at the line. Allmendinger's going to get it.
For 2023, he led 18 laps in the spring race at Talladega, then 15 laps on the reconfigured Atlanta track, but crashed both times. It was in 2023 that SciApps gradually took over as team sponsor, beginning a relationship that continues to this day. The year also saw RSS get its first win, technically, as Eric Almirola drove to victory at Sears Point in a Stewart-Haas racing car with RSS's number 28 team. After the checkered flag, I caught up with the Sieg family, who were happy but not entirely sure how to celebrate. During our conversation, Ryan said this.
Great day. RSS won a race, so too bad it wasn't me.
In 2024, Sieg found his consistency again, falling out of only 2 races while coming closer than he had ever come to victory lane. After leading 12 laps in Daytona and finishing 7th in Las Vegas, he arrived in Texas with another fast car. With 17 laps to go, he took the lead.
Almost clear into turn 1, Ryan Sieg is, with Sam Mayer hanging on his right here. He's clear.
Clean air is everything. Ryan Sieg back to the lead.
But as the laps wound down, he was reeled in by the very driver he'd relieve at Phoenix the following year.
Near contact down the back straightaway. Final lap. Mayer going to make the pass. Can Sieg get back by him? Here they are off of turn 4. Sieg and Mayer going at it at Texas. Back to the start-finish line. This one is going to be tight. Who got it done? Photo finish. What a thriller. Mayer and Sieg.
0.02 of a second from victory, Sieg was left with his 3rd runner-up finish, his first of 3 on the season. In October at Talladega, he came home second to Sammy Smith, this time by 177,000ths of a second.
Now Sieg moves to the outside. At the line, it's Sammy Smith in the 8th, and they wreck on the inside.
2 rounds later at Las Vegas, following a number swap to help his brother Kyle, Sieg came back from a spin to lead with 8 laps to go.
For the lead, Sieg. He's to the door. Noses in front. Ryan Sieg led that lap. Allmendinger fighting back on the outside. Oh, and Sieg is loose. Up the racetrack he goes, and he loses at least 5 car lengths.
He got another run at A.J. Allmendinger, but came up just short.
To the bottom of the track, through 3 and 4. Allmendinger. He's got the advantage. Allmendinger will not be denied. He'll win at Vegas.
Sieg had another strong start in 2025, finishing in the top 20 in 8 of the first 9 races, with a best run of 4th in Phoenix. The 10th round was in Rockingham, the series' first race there since 2004. Here, Sieg came alive, leading more laps than he had ever done in a single race, 2 stints for a combined 77 laps. Stretching his fuel, he held off charges by both Sammy Smith and Jesse Love.
And Ryan does not want to give up here right now. You can see he's fighting as hard as he can on the outside. He crowded on the inside in the 3 the lap before. He's going to hold them off.
I was there, standing by his pit stall in turn 1. This felt like it was going to be the day. But under caution, as the race went into overtime, his car stumbled, costing him the lead. And on the ensuing restart, Christian Eckes did the same. Sieg finished the race in 18th, and the next week at Talladega had another grinding wreck, one of 10 DNFs on the year. The last of these came in as one-off for the Haas team in Phoenix. That leads us to the current year, 2026, where RSS Racing has joined forces with Haas in a switchback to Chevrolet. Now that Sheldon Creed has ended his losing streak with the Haas team, will this be the year that Ryan Sieg ends his? I certainly hope so. Creed's win moved Sieg into the lead for the most laps led by an active O'Reilly Auto Parts Series driver with 423, and his 402 starts are within 2 seasons of approaching Michael Waltrip's Cup Series 0-for streak that ended in 2001. Watching to see what Sieg will do each Saturday has become a favorite story of mine to follow, one of many throughout the field. Hopefully this video will make you watch. You should, because if Ryan Sieg wins, it is going to be something to see. So tell me, what moment comes to mind when you think of Ryan Sieg, and where do you think he can break through? Let me know in the comments, and as always, thank you for watching.
In America, there exists a sport that is driven by the fans. They are why everyone works so hard, on the teams and at the tracks, in front of the grandstands and behind the scenes, to give the fans the greatest race possible. NASCAR fans deserve the best, starting from the high banks of Daytona, all the way to the shores of California, and at every race in between. NASCAR fans, you're the reason for our success. Thanks.